When it comes to personal finance, most people believe that success is about earning more money, finding the perfect investment, or discovering some hidden strategy that will make them rich overnight. But the truth is far simpler and far more powerful. Financial success is built on consistency. Not big, dramatic actions, but small, repeated financial decisions made every single day. The difference between someone who struggles financially and someone who builds wealth over time is not luck, talent, or even income level. It is consistency in managing money. Many people start their financial journey with strong intentions. They decide to save more, spend less, invest wisely, and take control of their future. But just like any other area of life, the challenge is not starting. The challenge is continuing. After a few days or weeks, discipline fades, old habits return, and the plan slowly falls apart. One of the biggest mistakes people make in personal finance is relying on motivation. They wait for the moment when they feel inspired to save money, track expenses, or invest. But money management does not work that way. Bills come every month whether you feel motivated or not. Opportunities to waste money appear every day. And if your financial behavior depends on how you feel, you will never build stability. Consistency means you follow your system regardless of mood. You save even when it feels boring. You avoid unnecessary spending even when temptation is strong. You invest even when the results are not immediately visible. This is what separates those who build wealth from those who stay stuck. Think about saving money. Many people believe they need a large amount of money to start saving, so they delay the process. But the truth is, the habit of saving is more important than the amount. Even a small amount saved consistently can grow significantly over time. The real power comes from repetition. When you save regularly, you train your mind to prioritize your future over your present desires. Over time, this habit becomes automatic. You no longer think of saving as something difficult. It becomes part of who you are. On the other hand, if you save only when you feel like it, you will always find reasons not to do it. Spending habits also play a crucial role in financial consistency. It is not about never spending money, it is about spending with intention. Most people lose money not because of one big mistake, but because of many small, careless decisions. Buying things impulsively, ignoring small expenses, and not tracking where money goes can slowly drain your finances. Consistency in spending means being aware of your choices every day. It means asking yourself whether a purchase truly adds value to your life or if it is just a temporary desire. When you develop this awareness, your financial behavior begins to change naturally. Another key aspect of financial consistency is investing. Many people think investing is only for the wealthy or those with deep knowledge, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful tools for building wealth. The challenge is that investing requires patience. You do not see immediate results, and sometimes the market goes down instead of up. This discourages many people, causing them to stop investing altogether. But those who succeed understand that consistency matters more than timing. They invest regularly, regardless of market conditions, and allow time to do its work. Over the long term, this approach reduces risk and increases the potential for growth. This simple principle is what makes consistent investing so powerful. Your money does not just grow, it grows on top of previous growth. But this only works if you stay consistent. If you stop midway or keep withdrawing, you break the cycle and lose the advantage of compounding. That is why discipline is more important than knowledge in personal finance. You do not need to know everything. You just need to do the right things repeatedly. Building financial consistency also requires a shift in mindset. Instead of focusing on short-term pleasure, you need to think long-term. Every financial decision you make today affects your future. When you spend money unnecessarily, you are not just losing money, you are losing future opportunities. When you save and invest, you are not just holding money, you are creating freedom for yourself later. This perspective changes how you approach money. It becomes less about instant gratification and more about building a secure and stable life. Environment plays an important role as well. If you are surrounded by people who constantly overspend, chase trends, and ignore financial discipline, it becomes much harder to stay consistent. You need to create an environment that supports your goals. This might mean limiting exposure to unnecessary advertisements, avoiding situations that encourage overspending, or surrounding yourself with people who have a healthy mindset about money. Small changes in your environment can make it easier to stick to your financial habits. It is also important to accept that you will make mistakes. No one manages money perfectly all the time. There will be moments when you overspend, miss a saving goal, or make a bad financial decision. But what matters is how you respond. If you let one mistake turn into a pattern, it can undo your progress. But if you quickly get back on track, the impact remains small. The goal is not perfection, the goal is consistency over time. One bad day does not define your financial future, but repeated bad habits do. Focusing on systems instead of outcomes can make a huge difference. Instead of obsessing over how much money you have right now, focus on the habits that will build wealth over time. Create a system where a portion of your income is automatically saved or invested. Track your expenses regularly. Set simple rules for spending. When you follow a system, you remove the need for constant making, which makes consistency easier. Over time, these systems work in the background, quietly improving your financial situation. In today's world, people want quick results, but financial growth takes time. There will be periods when it feels like nothing is changing, when your savings grow slowly, or when investments do not perform as expected. This is where most people give up. They look for shortcuts, take unnecessary risks, or abandon their plan altogether. But those who stay consistent understand that real wealth is built gradually. They trust the process and continue moving forward, even when progress is not immediately visible. At its core, personal finance is not about complexity, it is about behavior. It is about what you do with your money every day. The people who achieve financial stability and freedom are not always the highest earners. They are the most consistent. They save regularly, spend wisely, invest patiently, and stick to their plan regardless of circumstances. They do not wait for motivation, they rely on discipline. If you want to build unbreakable consistency in your financial life, start small. Begin with simple habits that you can maintain every day. Save a small portion of your income, track your spending, and make decisions with your money. Focus on building a system that works for you and stick to it. There will be challenges, temptations, and setbacks, but as long as you keep going, you are making progress. Over time, these small, consistent actions will transform your financial future. In the end, financial success is not about doing something extraordinary once. It is about doing the ordinary things consistently. It is about showing up every day, making better decisions, and staying committed to your goals. Because when it comes to money, consistency is not just important, it is everything.